Well, greetings, YouTube model people. How's it going? Okay, coming at you here with a channel update and stash ads update. It is Monday night, November 21st, 2022. It's Thanksgiving 2022 week. Just a couple days away from the big turkey day here in the United States. So that's very exciting and very interesting, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. But anyway, as we said, we're going to do a channel update here and a stash ad update. We have two kits to show you as part of the stash ads, but we're going to hold off for just a moment and cover a couple other things. We haven't done a channel update in a while. So yeah, we're going to cover a couple things. So I just finished up and did a final video the other day, just a couple days ago, Saturday, the 19th of November, was my 2022 Halloween group build. Which was the Mobius kit of the Grim Reaper. And it's basically a little mini diorama or vignette, which includes, you know, a cemetery with tombstones and a tree and tree bushes and stuff like that. Very cool little setup. A great little kit, guys. It was a lot of fun to build. And to be honest with you, it was the exact project I needed at that exact moment. I needed a departure from building cars and trucks and civilian vehicle type things. So I had built quite a few of them in a row, and I really needed a shift of headspace there. And to build a full-size figure kit was just what the doctor ordered, so to speak. So I had a great time building that one, and it came out pretty good. It's not exactly the way I had envisioned it, but some things definitely turned out better, and some things that weren't quite exactly a finished look that I was going for. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with it. It's I look at it more and more. It's kind of growing on me. So overall, I just like the way the overall tone came out. It kind of blends pretty well with the elements, all the elements, and nothing stands out too much. It just kind of blends together pretty well. So that's probably my happiest thing about it. So anyway. So what are we working on? What did we do? We really didn't want to get too involved with anything just heavy and hot and heavy after finishing that model, because I did finish it early part of Saturday and I had a few hours there to work on something else. And so I just went back to my big rig group build for 2022, which is the Autocar dump truck AMT kit. Here's part of the instructions, or their lack of, because they are not the best instructions in the world, as we know. I've been working on the chassis. It's been giving me a bit of a fight for some reason. I don't know why that is, but we just worked on it a little bit here tonight, just gluing up the wheels and tires, and hopefully it's in good shape and will be nice and firm and solid. We did some spray painting on Saturday, some parts that need to be done. So yeah, we're kind of taking our time on this one. It is a big project, as you know, big rigs are. And I want to do a fairly decent job with it, because I do plan to bring it to the first model show contest that I go to, which is the first weekend in April, which I think is April 1st, the first Saturday in April is when the show is. Believe it or not, that'll come up quicker than we think. So yeah, I want to make it so it's not just not to, again, I've already said in my judging series, it'll definitely be presentable. I just want to make it a little bit, maybe slightly competitive, you know, maybe, you know, something a little different. And you know, every so often I like to do a big rig and bring it to a show. They're a lot of fun. So that's what we're kind of doing with at the moment, but we're actually getting ready to start, and we're getting a very late start, as you know, and I apologize to Cliff for that. But Cliff over at GI, basically Scale Mechanic, GI Scale Mechanic, motorcycle group build for 2022. I have the project, or the kit is right now upstairs soaking in a nice sudsy bath, and I look forward to getting into that one. It's a Road King motorcycle, and again, it'll be a nice departure, because I have not built a motorcycle in some time, so it'll be a nice one to work on. And in between things with that project, I'll work a little bit on the big rig if I have a sort of a pause, you know, on whatever it is. So we are slowly, believe it or not, chipping away at that long list of group builds. We only have a couple that are left to do. So we're really making some good headway there. I'm hoping to be done with pretty much most of them by early January. That's the plan. And really what I'm trying to get to, guys, and I think I mentioned this before, not to be really boring here, but we'll get our stash ads here next, so you can stop listening to me make a bunch of jibber jabber here. But what I'm trying to get to, the ideal situation is to have one project that I'm working on that's something outside of a group build, that's sort of my own project that's going. We have plenty that are in progress that I have to get back to, so I'd like to get those back on the bench and work on those. And then working on one project which is a group build. So that would be my ideal, and the goal really is where I'm trying to get to, and I'm hoping to get there by early January, maybe mid-January at the latest. I have some holiday time coming up, not a lot of time, but a couple half days, a full day off, a couple floating holidays, of course, and I plan to do a lot of model building during that time off, and also cleaning my hobby room, which is very, very, we're going to do a before and after on that one. We desperately need to get things in order here. It's just a complete shambles. Just terrible. But anyway, so let's get to the stash ads, guys. And sorry this video is turning into a long one. And as I said, I haven't done one of these updates in a while, so I'm definitely out of practice. I think this is the second or third attempt I made at this video. So one of the first stash ad we got here is the AMT Fire Chief car. That's what's featured on the top, front of the box, but actually you can build it as a police car. It includes those decals as well. So it's up to you what you choose. I am a fire apparatus fan, so it will definitely be the chief car. Yeah, I was just kind of doodling on YouTube a couple weeks ago and came across HPI Guy's build of this and decided to watch it through. And I kind of forgot about the kit. And you know what? I said, you know what? Before it gets hard to find, I'm going to scoop one up. So I went and pulled the trigger on that one and bought it, and glad I did. And I actually am also looking for a kit for the 24-hour group build that's happening in January. And while I'm on that subject, let me just quickly mention that it's going to be the 17th annual 24-hour model group build on Facebook. I have nothing to do with the coordination of that other than being a participant, but the folks who run it do an outstanding job, as we say. This will be the 17th annual. They've been doing it a while. It'll be the 9th consecutive year I'm participating in the build. And that will be on, it always is the last weekend in January, which coordinates with the 24-hour Daytona races in Daytona, Florida. That's why they do this, right? So it starts on Saturday, January 28th. At 12 noon your time, or not your time, 12 noon, I think Eastern time, but they're pretty flexible with start times. You just have to talk to them a little bit or ask them questions if you like. And then it ends on 12 noon on Sunday, January 29th. And if you just do a search on Facebook for 17th Annual 24-Hour Model Build, that's the name of the group, you will find it. So yeah, very cool. Now, second stash ad. Here's an oldie but a goodie, and I was really shocked to see that there's a kit of this because I'd never seen it before. But it was in someone's stash of kits that was sitting, next to their bench that I just happened to catch a gander of, and I was very surprised that they had a kit, so I immediately went out and searched. I didn't pay crazy money for it. It was about $40-something, but it's this one here, the Mountain Dew Regal, which is a Buick, right? Regal. The Mountain Dew number 11 Grand National race car. And this kit has a monogram kit, has 1983 on the side of the box here. And what's very interesting about this car, I will tell you, is that growing up, my best friend and I, our favorite thing to do was to play with Matchbox and Hot Wheel cars. I mean, we love doing anything, obviously, but playing cars and that was just our favorite thing in the world. So what was interesting is he got for Christmas one year a 4-car set of NASCARs, and they were all that exact model of car, right? The Buick Regal. And one was in this number 11 Mountain Dew livery, okay? One was in the kit that's available, I forget the company, but the recently released Gatorade number 88 car, Okay. The other car was the STP car, right? And the Valvoline livery. And those were the 4 cars in the set. And it was funny because between the two of us, we always wanted to play with the Mountain Dew car for some reason. He wasn't a big Mountain Dew drinker, and I don't like Mountain Dew at all. I had it, tasted it once or twice. I do not like it. So I think it's just, whatever reason, it's just the way that livery looks, and it's just cool looking, and it's not going to be easy to get that mountain decal around the wheel well there, but it's just such a cool livery. I don't know, and certainly seeing this brings back childhood memories for sure. So my friend doesn't know I have this kit, so I will surprise him sometime and send him a picture of it when it's completed and say, hey, do you remember this one? I'm sure he definitely will. So this is going way too long, guys, almost on 11 minutes, but we're actually past 11 minutes now. Just real quick, one last thing. Again, we're all over the map because we haven't done this in a while. I did kind of, we talked about I mentioned the 24-hour build, and what's funny is most people go back and forth a bunch of times trying to figure out what kit they want to build. And it was easier, I made it easier on myself in the early days because, again, I didn't know what I was getting into. So I made it very simple. I was doing usually 1/43rd scale kits or 1/32nd scale kits. And I thought for a moment that I would do a 1/32nd scale kit from MPC. But, believe it or not, for an MPC small scale kit, it has a lot of pieces on it. And I'm a little worried about it being a bit too fiddly to work with in a 24-hour time frame. So I'm kind of narrowing down to two choices at this point. There's the Toyota pickup truck that comes with the big inflatable raft. Comes with it. You'll see it at Hobby Lobby quite often, and it's a very simple kit, very basic. But HPI guy built that truck to look like the truck in the movie Back to the Future. If you remember the first one, when he has the big, nice, cool black pickup truck in the garage that he can take up to the mountains with his girlfriend, which was super cool. So I might do that one. I doubt it. I'm probably going to go with this one here, this AMT 1978 Ford pickup. Now, the reason why I'd like to do this one, I'm not particularly interested in the box art or anything to do with that. Many of you know I've built several models out of the Dukes of Hazzard series, and they don't have a Jesse's Duke pickup truck out there. And his pickup truck was about a 1973, I believe, something like that. So obviously not the same year, but pretty close in body style. And plus, I just ordered a 3D printed grill, a 1973 Ford grill for this truck. So most likely it's going to be this one. I also ordered paints that are semi-gloss, matte white from Tamiya. And then, of course, we'll be doing some weathering. So we may build it as a curbside because it comes with a full engine in this kit. But we may actually build a curbside just to save some time. I don't know yet. And you do have to, of course, like a lot of pickup trucks kits, build the bed. It comes in pieces. So, yeah, when you're in 24-hour mode, you really don't have a lot of time to do much. Believe it or not, it goes fast. So, yeah, so this is our front runner to do the Jesse's Dukes pickup truck. And it'll join the Daisy Dukes Jeep I did, the Daisy Dukes Plymouth Roadrunner, the General Lee itself, of course, and Roscoe's Sheriff's Police Car. So that's it for now, folks. I'm sorry for the long video. If you've hung in this long, you need to get a hobby. No, I really appreciate it. Thanks as always for all the support and all the comments, and just keep doing what you're doing. Keep having fun with the hobby, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers.